There we go. Now it's facing the correct way. Sorry about that. Hello, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. It is Sunday. Sunday. We sew on Sundays.
It looks really dark.
Oh, well, the lights are all on. Anyway, I'm still just like not doing much. Like I literally haven't been touching any of this. So if you were here the last 2 Sundays in a row, the last 2 Sundays I've been working on a scrap project, and I have a mint in my mouth. Sorry. Yeah, I've been working on a little scrap project, and
why do you put this
today
up so close? They can't see any of it.
I have no room. He's adjusting the camera. So, yeah, I'm slowly working on this. I still have a ton of 4 patches to trim, but I had an idea for a block, which I tested out this morning because I actually am joining Eric's sew along, which is 56 or 52 blocks for 52 weeks. He posted a video. If you guys don't know, it's Treasured Heart Creations here on YouTube. I cannot get you a link because I don't have the thingy to do that right now, but I'm sure one of my moderators can put the link into his video that he's doing a sew along, and I'm doing it too. So I made, my blocks don't have much contrast because I'm just going to use scraps for that project itself. This is my block times 2 because I'm going to make 2 because I always make, you know, a lot of stuff. But I figured I can actually translate all this into this and be creative about it. So I'm going to make a couple star blocks, and then everything I'm going to build will be around those star blocks. I think. That's if it comes out the way I hope. But
So
they're all
these
2
are-
inches. So
Are these going to be your blocks for Eric's thing, you mean?
no, these are going to be just me making this quilt, but I'm going to add some star blocks in it because everything here is 2 inches. Everything I'm cutting down is a 2-inch square. So I should be able to make the blocks. So that's what I'm going to do today, is make a couple blocks to go with the rest of all this.
Did you want to say hi to everyone?
Oh, yes.
You have 40 people here.
Okay.
Right?
Bring it over. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Judy. Kimberly. Terry. Linda is here. Kylie. Tasmania, Australia. Woo, and it's chilly. We just had some chill. It got down to 75 because it stormed here, and now it's back to 102.
Winter there. They're below the equator. It's winter there. It's summer here. It's winter there.
Donna is here. Angela is here. Jacqueline is here. Vicky is here. Teresa is here. Angela, hope you got. Actually, my hair is still damp. I have to admit, every time we have a monsoon, since it hasn't rained in a while, I like to go out and play in the rain. I really do.
Only rained for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes of rain, and I sat outside the whole time while watching Teresa. Well, at least most of the time I was watching her. I forgot she goes live before me, and I went to call her while she was live. Oops. I hope I didn't mess that one up. Let's see. We got Shirley here. Paula is here. Joe is here. Jim is here. Maggie is here. Hello for the fun, which is Darlene. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to refresh it so that I can see if there's any more.
And yeah, there's a ton more.
Yeah, it had to be refreshed.
You got one from Indonesia on here.
Kathy is here. Lizette is here. Heather. Rowena. Tanya. Suburban. Melina. Beverly. June. Katrina. Teresa. Kim. Beatrix, also from Australia. Gosh, lots of you here today. Or is that Austria? Austria and Australia are 2 different places. Either way, it's far away.
Yes.
Nanny is here. That's a new name.
She's from Indonesia.
Indonesia. Wow. Auntie Ann is here. Sonia is here. Donna is here. Dawn is here. Stephanie's here. Kath is here. Terry is here. Yes, I'm having stomach ache wise, which I'll get to later. Still having, but because it rained and monsooned with thunder, I couldn't see much lightning though, because lightning is usually more visible during the monsoons that happen at night, like after it's already came dark. So I didn't see much lightning, but I definitely was listening to the thunder while I was outside, enjoying it and playing in the rain. I gotta turn an iron on. If you guys haven't noticed over here to the side, the ironing board is not set up. It's actually down right now because I had to press a client's quilt, and it's so big that I couldn't fit it where the ironing board was, so I had to pull it out of the way, and then I was like, yeah, I can't put it back in a hurry, so I just folded it up and put it against the wall. So today, all my pressing is going to be done from my sit-down iron. I don't need these right now. Let's set those aside. I'm going to press some of this because I think I'm going to use this and some of the little blocks that I'm going to make right now. I doubt these are 5-inch square worth, so I might have to do 2.5 inch. Because yeah, that's only like 4¼ inch. I'm going to try to find some of these because I'm going to use 5-inch squares, which is what Eric does in his video. So that's what I'm going to use because I got more scraps from Bernie to go with my project so that I can make it bigger. So what I'm going to do is press a couple things and make some 5-inch squares to start, and then turn them into 2-inch squares doing the 8 at a time method, which makes it a little bit easier. But the rest of this was all scraps in 1.5 inch strips, so obviously I wouldn't have been able to get that out of it. So, but I'm going to add.
Loving your fabric.
Oh yes, isn't it beautiful? I wasn't able to add this to the rest yet because I only had small little chunks, but I can continue with this. Aw, thank you, Terry. Wonderful. That's wonderful.
She said thank you for the time you put in on your live videos.
Thank you.
Oh, and Emily's here.
Hi, Emily.
Say anything to her.
I'll have to talk to you after the live stream. I'm not like completely done, but I pretty much am done with your quilt. I just have to do a couple things with it.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate that.
And I'm using steam because, well, I always use steam. There's no because about it. Just use steam. I want it to lay flat. All right, so here's one piece. I'm going to cut 3 5-inch squares from this for now. This is 10 inches long. Ooh, look at that. It is. So we're just going to cut 3 5-inch squares. And I'll start by making 2 blocks. And actually, I'm going to make a few because I'm going to go back and make more, but I could probably get 2 blocks made in this video. So I'm just going to stack this on top of my previous cut, and then that way it can get trimmed, both of them at the same time, to the size I need. So there's going to be a few for now. Turn it to the side and cut this way now, so I can get 4 5-inch squares total from this area, but I only need 3 to start to make 2 blocks because I want 2-inch finished half square triangles. So there's 3 from that. Now I need to press, where did I just put it? Right here. I'm going to press these and cut.
Him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He ran like a shot. Apparently that pulling that ironing thing around scared the cat. He ran like wild.
guess I'll make a couple because I'll do 2 of each of these colors, I guess. So I need 3 from this one, 3 from the blue, and 3 from the other one, and I'll cut some more from that other one soon. Just gonna move that out of the way and cut one more. And that'll be that color. And turn this around, cut the selvage off, and then stack this one on top of it. Line it up, and then I'm going to cut the 2 sides so that it is a 5-inch square.
Carissa missed what you're making. She had to
I'm still working on the scraps, except I'm going to add some star blocks that'll equal out when I start adding the rest of the scraps to it. So there's 3 of those. I'm just going to go ahead and press both of these and then cut.
Did you hear that, Lisa? She just answered that question. If you didn't hear, I will have her re-say.
This is kind of flat already, but we're just going
Paula
to
watched
sure.
Your tie-dye video today. She said it looked like everyone had fun.
Yes, we
cool.
did. I want to try it again someday, but I'm going to get a different tie-dye kit because that tie-dye kit was not the greatest, but
it was fun doing it.
It was fun.
When it was all said and done, they looked very faded.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
definitely
were
have
washed
lots of
8,000 times.
tie-dye boxers to wear. Okay, that's pressed, and then the rest of that's pressed, so I should be able to get hopefully enough. All right, I'm going to cut 3 off of this one. Let's pull that back some. So I get a nice straight cut.
Wendy asked if she posts a picture on the Facebook page. Can anyone see it, or is it members only?
It's just the members. It's a private group. It is private. I did that for a reason because a lot of us make gifts, and if a friend or family member sees the post, you know, because if a public group, it goes to your timeline that you shared something in a group. So that means anybody and everybody can see it. So I made it private so that we can keep our gifts secret. Because some of us don't want everybody to see what we're doing. All right, there's enough there to make some more 2-inch squares. All right, let me cut some off of here. And then I still got to cut some more of the other ones. I'm just going to go ahead and make a few blocks. That way they're all like in here. They're all pre-made and ready to go in my pile of stuff. Because I pulled out a shoebox to put all my scraps in. If you can't see, it's right there. All right, stack this on top of here. And cut this. I love this ruler because I just have to lay it on my previous cut line and it's already 5 inches wide. All right, let me cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more off of here. And then I need some 2-inch squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not enough. I can get the 2-inch squares from that though. And let's press this first so I can cut a couple more.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa posted the Facebook group in the comments for anyone that wants to check it out. What
This
do you need?
fabric had some glue on it. And now it's on my iron. It had
Do you
double-sided.
need another iron? Do you want me to plug in another one?
Where is it at? It had double-sided glue. You guys got to watch for that with scrap fabric that comes from other people. Not to get your iron stuck on it. No, it's not. Yeah. Okay, I need a different iron until I can wash this one.
Which one do you want? Do you want this little guy? Do you want the squeak? Do you want the big one?
I'm just going to use squeak.
I can get him. You don't have to. That's not squeak.
Oh, this is the big heavy duty. I'll just use this. This is fine. I can't tell there. It's all right here.
Everybody's
right
saying
there.
I love the colors.
I'm going to chop this off right here because this I'm going to have to, that's got sticky on it.
Can it be washed?
Sticky on the rest of it. I don't know actually. Can you guys wash sticky stuff off of a piece of fabric when someone puts double-sided fusible on fabric on the front side? If it was on the back side, I wouldn't have cared, but it was on the front and it got my iron. I know how to get it off the iron. I don't know how to get it off fabric.
Yes, we have an iron cleaning video for those of you that are curious how to clean your irons.
All right, I'm gonna just cut these real quick. Anybody saying anything about how to get it off of
Not
fabric?
yet, I would have said. Cheryl says alcohol.
Okay. I'll try to soak it in some alcohol later. That way I don't waste that big chunk.
Kathleen says not sure about fusible. Kath says I've never been able to get that stuff off fabric.
Oh, man.
And Katrina says Goo Gone. That's what I would have said, Katrina. We have Goo
That was
Gone.
not supposed to happen. There's 3. And we'll get a 5-inch square out of this.
Teresa, you can put your site on here too, you know. All of those of you with pages, you can post it on here. Becca, you're on here. You can post yours.
Okay. Let's press
Becca
this
has a
real quick.
channel. Teresa has a channel. I'm sure we got others on here with channels. Sharon says maybe white vinegar.
Okay. So 10 inches right there. Oh my goodness, it's right at 10.
Oh, Becca's right about to hit 10,000 subscribers. Look at that.
Woohoo! Congratulations, Becca. I hit 4,500.
Really? Wow.
Literally am barely snipping the edge of this away.
By the time you do your giveaway for the 4,000,
It's gonna
you're
be
going to be at
5,000.
5,000.
Yep, I'm way behind.
Kim says she knows 2 products, Goo Gone and Dissolve It.
Dissolve it.
We have lots of Goo Gone. I've never heard of Dissolve It. We have Goo Gone.
There's 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more. Well, it's what I'll be taking. Vinegar will be used. What I'll be using with some baking soda to clean that iron because now it has sticky on it. And then I need to cut some 2-inch strips. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 16. You guys like how I just counted by tapping the air?
Becca says your time-lapse video is 19,000 views.
Yep, it's over 19,000. It's almost at
Yeah.
20,000, but
It's getting up
you
there.
guys can't see that part. I can, but everyone else can't. Yep. And I'm working on another. What did I just count in the air? 16?
Yes.
16 2-inch squares is what I need.
Eric is on, weren't you talking about his stuff earlier?
Yep. I'm making blocks, Eric. Your blocks. Except for this project, not the ones I'm sewing along with. If you guys missed the beginning, I'm sewing along with Eric's little 52 blocks in 52 weeks sew along. So this doesn't have anything to do with it except for the fact that it's taking that block as the, I'm using the block because these pieces will all go in with that. Let's cut another because I need 16 total. That's a nice straight edge.
Jim, what is that that you posted? I don't know what that is.
Anything left over of these 2-inch squares that I'm gonna cut will actually go.
Oh, okay, everybody. Jim just posted Eric's channel for anybody that wants to go check it out. And those of you, I said it earlier, Teresa, Becca, you guys can post your channel if you want, and anyone else that has a channel.
I support all YouTube channels. Because I watch all your guys' channels. Kind of hard to do this with that on my lap. So now I'm just making 2-inch squares to go around my star.
Yes, so Becca, that is Eric Oda.
Yep.
That's him.
His video is so cute. You gotta go watch it. Not just cute, it's funny.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're talking about it.
Yeah. Very, very funny. I always love a funny video. Quilting related.
Laura said she just started watching it. He's adorable.
Yeah. Okay, that can just go with scraps. I don't think this is 16, but if I have to cut more, I'll cut more in a minute. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is my daughter bought me some friction pins, so I have friction pins of every color now. And I'm gonna draw on the backs of all of these 5-inch squares. And what I'm going to draw is a cross, or an X, I mean. So from corner to corner in both directions. Because those are going to be my sew around lines. So I'm just going to mark them all. This part may take a minute.
Are you liking your new pens?
Yes. I love my new pens.
In case Maxine is on here and just not saying anything, although I'm sure she would have said hi.
Yeah. And I even tested them too with drawing on scrap fabric because I wasn't sure. They look different than the other one that I have. So I pulled them all out of the package and drew on some scrap fabric. It irons away. Then I sprayed it with water as if you're washing it to see if it comes back, because some people say some friction pin brands or the erasable pins brands, they come back after washing. So I wet them and then re-ironed them and wet them and re-ironed them, re-drew back on it and then re-wet it and then re-ironed it and drew back on it, and the marks have not came back at all whatsoever, which is good because I can now use these when I'm marking quilts on the long arm instead of chalk. And then all I have to do is heat it away. Because I never wanted to mark a client's quilt on the long arm unless I knew for a fact it was going to come away. So some of my clients, they'd get a quilt back that has some chalk marks on it, but they usually wash them anyway. And now I could just get rid of all markings because the chalk markings don't always go away until you wash it. So this will. That sound is kind of annoying.
Eric's doing the make it up as you go method. He has nothing planned.
Good, because I like make it up as you go. Just make sure you show your directions and your layouts in your videos. That way, the people that are following will know all of your make it up as you go plans.
And Alicia wants to know about this 52 blocks in 52 weeks.
Eric's video is, he's doing it on his channel. It's Treasured Heart Creations. Somebody posted the link, and he's doing 52 blocks in 52 weeks as a challenge. So I'm doing it with him because I never follow challenges or sew-alongs usually, and when I do it on my own time. But this time you guys will know that I'm doing it. I'm just not doing it on camera because that's his thing, is to do it on his channel. I'm just following along, making 2 of everything. Either going to make one big, huge quilt, or I'm going to make 2 quilts.
Kat said she recently discovered diagonal seam tape. It's absolute game changer. No need to draw lines anymore.
Ah. All right, now I'm going to put these right sides together, and I'm going to sew on both sides of the lines. I'm just going to go ahead and sew every single one of these.
Krista says, do you think a fat quarter bundle and a jelly roll would be enough?
For Eric's solo?
She says LOL.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he has planned or how big all his blocks are going to be.
And Jim posted his site for those of you that are interested. Jim is on it.
Yeah, I need more men sewers.
Got 1 or 2 on here already tonight.
What?
Since I don't say hi to everybody anymore because there's so many people. I don't remember how many, but yeah, you have 1 or 2. You said you need more men sewers.
Yep, more men quilters.
Somewhere up here, I believe there was a Sean somewhere.
Could be a girl though too.
Pictures. Some of them.
I'm just sewing on, both sides of my drawn line now. A 1/4 inch away from the line. I will have to trim them down, but not very much. It's literally minute amounts. Because they come out about 2 and a little over an 8 when you make them from 5-inch squares like this. But they're very easy to do. I'm definitely going to be able to fill in whatever craziness I'm creating here. It was like the perfect thing too, because these were, everything I'm working with is 2 inches. I keep looking to make sure. I am for a fact sewing both sides of both lines on both diagonals. Oh wow, that's not supposed to happen. It usually doesn't happen here, but it did. It caught in the little hole. It usually doesn't do that on this machine because the hole is so small. I'm just going to come in from this side. Maybe it'll straighten it back out. iron wheel.
Iron's yelling at you. Do you want me to unplug it? You still using it?
I'm still using it.
Okay.
Oops, I cut one more than I needed on my 5-inch squares. But that's okay because I will still be able to use it on another piece. Oops, and I also have some white in that one from the selvage, but that's okay because I'm going to use it still also. It's within the seam allowance. See, it's a little bit of selvage, but it'll be within the seam allowance. Plus, it's going to get trimmed anyway, whatever way this sews on and gets cut up. So, it'll be just fine. All right, what is everyone working on? So Scott can start telling me.
Earlier, Becca said she was doing a donation quilt. So did a couple of the other people.
She's what?
Doing
Quilting?
a donation. She said she wouldn't be able to talk anymore because she was going to be quilting it, but she'd be watching.
Okay.
More or less working on laundry.
That works.
We do that every weekend. I just did a load, 2 loads yesterday, actually.
He just did all the laundry.
Joe's working on Girl's Den. Angela's working on a baby quilt.
All right.
Tanya's just chillaxing. I like that.
What's really cool about using 5-inch squares is I have my 2.5-inch ruler. So the first thing I need to do is cut this in half and then in half again. Just like this and just like this. And that will separate everything. And then I can cut my diagonals. Which, if I just do it correctly like this, I will have 8 half square triangles.
Sean is working on a patriotic dog quilt for his dad. See, I told you there was a Sean on here.
See? 8 half square triangles. What color is this one? That's the blue. Let's keep going with the blue. So I always cut them in half first because if you cut the diagonals, they'll get disoriented. You don't have to worry about putting them back together. If you cut the crosses first, then you don't have to try to squeeze it back together, and no matter which way you move it, you can cut the other ones in half because the marking is still there. So if I was to mess this up right now, oops, it got out of the way. It's already marked to cut in half on the diagonal. So you don't have to worry. Cutting the cross is always best first. All right. Keep talking.
Keep talking. I can't. Quiltigram is doing quilts for 2 of her grandkids. Terry's working on a Christmas in July quilt so long with Lisa Cape and Quilts.
Oh.
Kim worked on some stars till her eyes got tired. Darlene's finishing some of her UFOs. Just got beautiful backing fabric. They just need to be quilted. June is cleaning her sewing room.
Cleaning is always good.
Oh, yeah. Carissa's working on procrastination. She's really getting good at it. That's awesome. I love that.
Put that way, because that's going to be funky.
Gibble the Rebels working on scrap quilt also. 5-inch squares, the same design and plan on using a tamale sack in the center. Interesting.
Yes.
She said she bought some tamales the other day that came in a cool sack.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, you're right. Sean is a woman. Her husband's name is Sean.
Aha.
Well, we were talking about having more men quilters on here, so I had hope. sorry about that. I didn't mean to step on anyone's toes there. Mary's working on Stephanie's project box quilt, flag quilt. Teresa McGrair sewing a mystery quilt from Fat Quarter Shop.
Ooh. I always wondered doing a mystery quilt because you don't know what's going to happen. I've quilted some for people. They're finished mystery quilts. I've never done one myself.
Gabble the Rebel says you inspired her.
Well, technically I have done a mystery quilt myself. It's called Every Scrap Quilt because you don't know what it's going to look like. It's a mystery, like right now. And I'm glad I'm helping inspire. Yellow. Okay. Now the last.
Kylie's
color.
sewing my quilt strips together. Yay, nearly done. Patty's working on shoe fly blocks.
Those are fun. Here. I still have to trim all these, but I'm going to trim them my way. Make it go faster. I didn't need to put that back just now. Now one more to trim up. Or cut, cut away, cut apart, I guess is the word for it.
Kimberly just finished 2 tops and now needs borders, quilting, and binding.
That's good.
Damn it, Janet's watching her fabric collection dust.
So I have a Cozy Quilts strip tube ruler. I tried the what is it called? The Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. A friend had it and I tried it and I used it for like 2 months. I borrowed it and obviously I just kept using it, but I didn't like it because my rotary blade kept hitting the notches in it, and that ruler and this ruler are not the same. Like, their lines don't match up. But if you lay a different ruler on it for the markings, it also does not line up. I think there is a reason for that because it's on the diagonal, it's a 45-degree part of a square. So it isn't supposed to line up, because when I go to cut my pieces out using this and lining my 2-inch line on the mark onto my stitch line, I get a 2-inch square when I'm done. So I don't think they're meant to line up. The Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer is marked so that you can trim your half square triangles perfectly. This, on the other hand, is marked so that I can cut out strip tube pieces, but I'm using it for this because I get a 2-inch square when I'm done. So if I just like lay it on here and go to the 2-inch mark, it's literally perfect. So I think I've heard that and read that other people complaining that they're not exactly the same. You shouldn't be using this to trim, but it is the same. They're just marked differently because they're tools for different use, but I still get a 2-inch finished square, or 2-inch, unfinished square, if I line my 2-inch markup with my stitch line. The only thing that's on this that's left over is your dog ears. So
Chris asked if you're making any quilt projects for Christmas.
nope, not that I know of. I am.
Tiff has so many projects going on. If she had one for Christmas, it'd be done by next summer.
Yeah, I'm kind of backed up at the moment because my client quilts come first. So my own personal stuff is last. And I'm sure my kids probably want a break of quilted related items because every year for the past 6 years now, that's all they've gotten. Those quilted related items.
Thank you, Jill. Jill says that's great cutting advice, Tiffany.
Yeah, it works the same and it comes out exactly 2 inches. So, and I've lined them both up because when I borrowed the slotted trimmer ruler, I still had my cozy quilts. Those lines don't match up when you put them together, but they do line up. However, when you make your square off of this, so I just use this. You do have to cut your dog ears off afterwards though. So just know that those will still be left over. But I'll be able to trim all those off once I press all these. But at least I don't have to trim 4 sides. I'm just trimming 2 sides. And I hope you guys know that you can also use, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can take a regular ruler and your half square triangle unpressed. And I think I'm going to have Scotty bring the camera over here for a second so you guys can see the magic that you can do from a regular ruler and your half square triangle unpressed. Just like pick it up and bring it close, I guess.
Let's unplug it here.
So here's the half square triangle. You guys can see my stitch line on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2-inch mark and the 2-inch mark on this ruler. So it comes, here's the 2-inch square I want right here. You guys can see. Line the 2-inch mark tip up here with the 2-inch mark tip at your other stitch line, just like this. So you want 2 inch with your stitch line like that. Trim 2 sides, and we're going to pretend that it's pressed so that you guys can see. If you didn't have a small ruler, check this out. It's 2 inches. So let me do that again just so that you guys can see. Take your piece, stitch line on the stitch line, not on the edge of it. Line up the 2-inch mark and the 2-inch mark on your ruler on the stitch line. So there's my 2-inch right there. Here's my 2-inch right here. I'm lining it on my stitch line, cutting it. There we have another trimmed 2-inch square. So if you guys don't have a clearly perfect slotted trimmer or a junior strip tube ruler and all you have is your square rulers like this, you can just line up your stitch line with your 2-inch mark on the stitch and your other 2-inch mark on the opposite side, just like this on the stitch line. Cut it. I do this often when I can't find something in a hurry. And again, you will have a 2-inch square. So just know that you don't have to have.
That works. Look at that.
You don't have to have one of these triangle rulers to do it. So if you want to make it easier on your snipping, just line your ruler up. So on the corners at your stitch line.
It's a good idea.
It makes it go faster. So that way you don't have to open all the squares and then trim them individually, you know.
Connie says, awesome tip.
Yeah.
Tanya says, good.
I don't know if a lot of you even knew that. I've been doing it for so long because I'm like, oh, I'm just making 1/2 square triangle and then I need to trim just that one piece. So I'll just use the regular ruler. All right, come on. It's going to take me a bit. You don't have to keep watching this now.
Okay, so I should put it back.
Yeah. Unless they need me to show them one more time.
Auntie Ann says she broke the corner off one of her slotted trimmers.
Yep, that it used to hit my thing. My what's the word for it again? My blade. So that's how it's done. So you can just line it up and you can just trim them all as long as the end of your 2-inch mark is touching your stitch line. You should have whatever size. Like if you have a 3-inch one, you would just line up 3-inch. If you have a 4-inch, you would just line up your 4s. And if it's just a 5-inch ruler, then obviously, you know, if square triangle is 5-inch, you can just line up your diagonal line up with it because all of these rulers all have a 45-degree mark on them. So you can just use that as well. But I'm going to continue using this clearly, or the strip tube ruler because, well, again, it's the same exact thing that I'm doing. I'm literally barely trimming slivers off, as you guys can see. This is just like the monotonous part. It's like over and over and over. And it's even harder if you're trimming it from a square because you have to do 2 sides, turn it, then do 4 sides. At least this way you can do 2 sides. There's a few of my videos that you guys have probably seen that I've used this on angles. Can you even see the sewing machine too in the position you have the camera?
Part of it, yeah.
Because I'm going to start sewing soon.
It's over farther than it was last time. It needs to be turned a little, but I can wait until you go to sew.
Okay.
Because now you have more of the ironing board in it.
Oh. That's what my ironing board looks like from the underside, guys.
Yep. Piece of wood bolted onto a real ironing board.
Yep.
Those of you that are interested, we have a video on how we made that too. And we have a video of recovering it because it's been so long we had to recover it.
All right, all my yellows are done. I guess I can make a couple yellow blocks and then trim or then put them together and then do the next color, I guess, because they're right here, so I might as well.
Auntie Ann says, LOL, that was a great video.
So what I'm going to do is just press them all to the dark. I'm not going to bother like opening any seams. I'm just going to press them all towards the dark.
Now, they're talking about that. Eric says he needs to recover his ironing board.
Yes, Eric, you should recover it and make it really cool so that when you make videos using it, it looks really awesome. Put some rainbow fabric on it. I'd come do it for you, but I'm far away right now. I have to like not go so far on my lap because the heat on my lap making me sweat.
My quilt project says I have never seen lap ironing.
Oh yeah. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do because my ironing board is lifted up and right now it'd be a hassle to try to lay it back down again. It would just lock me into a little corner here. It would be easier if I was using the cordless iron, but unfortunately, that's now got sticky stuff on it.
Oh, we can clean it.
I wish I would have like pre-felt the fabric and then maybe I would have felt the sticky stuff. That's okay. I'll clean it. Lap ironing is not good though, guys, because it really makes you sweat. I have sweat coming off my head right now.
Then why don't you put it back up on the desk?
Oh, because either way, if it's on the desk, I'm still going to get hot. Because I'm sitting under it or around or near an iron.
Okay, I'm sorry. Auntie Ann says you could do a new iron and fabric cleaning video all in one. That's a good idea. You clean the iron and the fabric all in one video.
Good.
What would be a quick little video? Just a short little one.
Alright, that's done. Let's make, well, I'm going to trim off the dog ears and then make 2 blocks to start with. Because I have enough here to make 2 blocks. I have enough for 2 blocks of each of these colors that I just put together. This may take me a minute as well.
Janice says get a dryer sheet. It will clean it off super quick and you don't miss a beat on sewing.
Oh, on the
Iron. Yeah.
We don't have those kind of dryer sheets. We have paper dryer sheets.
What kind of dryer sheet does it have to be?
Probably the kind that has the roughness.
Ours has that. Ours isn't paper. What do you mean?
Ours are like paper.
It's a cloth. And it's rough.
I didn't think they were. Isn't it while they're hot, while the iron's hot?
She says downy.
Yeah, we don't have downy ones.
No, we have the off-brand that you get from the dollar store. Actually, ours are from Smith's, but still. Ours are from the grocery store, but.
Okay, this is the part that takes, I think this takes longer than that trimming. Is trying to snip off all the dog ears.
Jill says, love your wallet tutorial.
Thank you. I got to make a little bag to go with it. It's for Maxine, the little wallet that I made that day on the tutorial. That's for my daughter, Maxine, for her birthday, which is August 14th. So I'm making her a little bag with the scraps for it to go with. I added another fabric. I just need to make a bag. Just haven't done it yet. It's not going to be like a regular bag. It's going to be like an improvised bag. Okay. Got these. I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these. So these are my 4 corners. I'm going to make 1 block to start. I want that yellow facing like this. That. Oops, wrong one. Like that. And nope, nope, nope. Come on, Tiffy. You can do it right there. That way. That way. And this way. Like that. Yeah, like that. And now for the inside. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, wrong way. That way. So I'm going to make 2 blocks just like this. So I'm going to lay another one out. Scoot it over. So I need 4 more. These. That way. That way. That. I love it. Love it. And that. That. And 4 goes towards the middle. Just like that. There we go. Now to sew them. Put my seam guide on here. And now I'm just going to sew these real quick. And I'm just going to do like the every other direction on my seams. Just going to web piece them together. Going to go left, right. And then I'll press everything completely when I'm done. Can you tip the camera? Because I don't think it's facing me.
Yes, it is, but okay. Where would you like it?
Facing this way more.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. I'm not even looking.
I know. It was facing you to begin with. I didn't know how much you wanted in.
Yeah.
Now you got the whole machine in, pretty much.
And I'm just rotating the seam even though they're like pressed differently. I'm just folding it over. The iron will flatten it all down. I'm not worried about that because this is a scrap quilt, so I'm just making sure that they're pressed opposite directions. That's all. But these are going to look great in my quilt that I'm making out of scraps for no reason, just because. That way. And the last piece. Alrighty. So I'm just pressing right, left, right, left, right, left, or left, right. However, they're all hooked together. Can't lose my spot. See, they're all stuck together. I tend to do blocks like this, because it makes it easier to keep everything together. And I don't lose my direction. It just makes it easier. It would be a lot easier if I had bobbin.
Did you run out?
I ran out. I knew it sounded weird. Wasn't sure until I saw it. Right. Now we can nest these beautiful seams. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna sew these two together.
Kim says Tiffany does help on occasion.
What said? What?
Kim said that does help on occasion. Having your bobbin.
Yes, you gotta have bobbin. Like someone else mentioned once, or twice actually, I think we had a discussion about it. If we could just take a spool that will automatically go down here and a spool for up here, like can it just run through a spool continuously? It would make it so much easier. All right, one block so far. I'll press it after I put the other one together. So I'm just going to leave it right there for a second. Slide all these pieces over to me.
Eric says, oh, is that actually the iron beeping? Yes, the
Yeah.
big beast beeps if you don't use them.
Yep, it's like an automatic shut off or automatic pause or whatever. It pauses it so that it all you have to do is touch it and it reheats itself back up. It's kind of cool, but it's annoying.
Krista says, so what was the deciding factor for you taking in clients' quilts, Tiff? How long were you quilting before you did?
I was quilting for almost 2 years, and then I got my first frame and started quilting on that for, I don't even think it was 6 months. And then I just started having people bring me quilts. And at first it was just donation quilts and playing around, and or I would quilt for people just to get the experience. But then it turned into quilting for money because my experience level was beyond my experience level. So it's only been like 3 years total of long arm quilting for people. And at first it was very slow. Very slow at first. Now it's super picked up, and now I always have something to do. Lots of clients' quilts. Alrighty. One more to add to all these.
Yes, Eric. Eric says, okay, that iron must be a diva. Yes, it definitely lets you know when you're not using it.
Yep. It wants you to touch it. Sorry. It sounded weird, but it actually is funny.
Yes, I get it.
It wants attention. Touch me now. That's what it's telling you. It's actually the only iron that I've ever had that beeps. The rest of them, they all have like a flashing light when they're going off. Oops, was it right? It was right. Was that right? Yes.
Kathy's Quilt says, I miss your insomnia videos, Tiff.
Yeah. So the thing, everybody knows I haven't been doing those because of the loud. I like to sew at night. And Scott says I could just sit here and cut fabric and press fabric, but I really just prefer to sew. But lately I haven't been making many videos whatsoever because I had a stomach ache for like 2.5 weeks now. And I went to the doctors to finally complain about it. And it turns out it's my gallbladder and I'm waiting on a HEDA scan. They did an ultrasound. They could not find my gallbladder on ultrasound, which means it's inflamed and it's shrunk up to nothing. So it's not producing bile, which is what gallbladders do. I have my blood work, my white blood cell count, and my cholesterol are both high, but I've always had high cholesterol, so it doesn't matter. And now I'm just waiting on that HEDA scan. And as soon as that's ready, then I'm going to have gallbladder surgery, which is simple. One day, you know, quickly in and out of the hospital. It's only like an hour. A lot of you probably already had it done, and a lot of you I already know have had your gallbladders removed, so, because you have told me. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because that's why my stomach hurts. Turns out it's my gallbladder. Go figure, right? If it's not one thing, it's another. But my pulmonologist, he said it's okay to have surgery and be put to sleep like that. Because since my valley fever, I haven't had a big surgery besides my carpal tunnel, and that was a light sleep. A heavy sleep would be for the gallbladder, and he says I'm okay to be put to sleep like that, so it shouldn't be a big problem on the mass in my lung, which is good because we don't want any problems. All right.
Nope, Tiff's Valley Fever's doing pretty good so far.
Time for a press.
Terry says, good luck with your scan.
Yeah, just waiting on it. My insurance is retarded. I can't just go in and say, hey, remove my gallbladder, because they don't do it that way. That's not how it works.
I don't think anyone's insurance would. You have to have the scan first before the insurance will approve it. That's probably most insurances, not just yours. As much as I don't like your insurance, I hate to say. Krista said she was just curious because you make quilts from start to finish for clients.
Yep.
Tiff does it all.
Yep, start to finish and long arm quilting. Start to finish, usually, those quilts usually are around Christmas mostly, and so the ones that are throughout the year are the ones that are for birthdays. Like somebody has their grandkid's birthday and they want me to make a quilt. So that's when people come to me, is for birthdays and Christmas. And then the even more random times of the year is for just because they want a quilt. Okay, these seem pretty flat, pretty darn square. So those are my two stars. So now to make the blue version and the reddish orangish color. I think they look cute.
Krista says her boyfriend hasn't had his gallbladder for 15 years, and he still has the pain that feels like it's gallbladder pain.
Oh,
that's
man.
not good to hear.
Not good to hear, no, because I really am. I have gastrointestinal issues anyway, and I just don't want it to be any worse than it seems already, because it really feels horrible already. How long have I been on, Mr. Scotty?
An hour and 5 minutes.
All right, we'll trim up another color. Whew.
Well, Gwenny says lovely.
Thank you. Here, I'll lay them right here.
Eric
I'm pretty
says
sure
so
you guys
pretty.
can see
Carissa
right
says
there.
I like it. Janice says cute.
Oh, right there in front of my face.
Oh, Laura wants a close up. Here, where are they at? We can hold them close up.
They're not perfect because I don't press my seams open.
Do you want me to show the other one too, or just the one?
You can show them both. They're the exact same color.
It's hard to look in the phone as I'm showing it.
All right, I'm going to trim all these fillers up now.
Okay, you're getting lovely blocks, very pretty, so cool. Can't wait to see the others.
So Eric, since you're there, thank you for the idea, because this was like perfect for my thing. And now, actually, instead of finishing, oh no, let me trim all these. I was gonna say, instead of trimming all these, I could actually make a different version out of the stuff that I already have trimmed.
Connie asked, what is the size of the blocks?
I actually don't know. I didn't measure. They should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 6.
Well, we can
6.
measure right now.
They should be 6 something. 6 and 1, 2, 3 eighths. 6 and 1, 2, 3 eighths. So they're 6 and 3 eighths. Yeah. So they're like right before 6.5.
Eric says you're welcome. Cheryl says happy block.
Yes.
Janet did the math for you. She's got 6.5 too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I would have like pressed my seams open that they probably, you know, and was very cautious about my 1/4 inch seam, that they would have been 6.5 exactly, but you never know. Not everybody sews the same, and that is definitely me. I do not sew the same as everyone. I'm usually fast and in a hurry. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I've been doing it with all the other pieces, so everything should all line up pretty cool.
Arlene said she had hers removed and pain and problems stopped. It was an easy surgery and recovery, and you'll do fine. So
far, a couple of you have told me that you can no longer eat fried foods. How many more of you cannot eat fried foods since you had gallbladder surgery? Because I'm not looking forward to not being able to eat French fries and chicken, you know, fried chicken and stuff like that. There's no way I could live my life without some French fries. I mean, I ate some today.
Beatrix says so nice. Terry says just stretch them to make it 6.5.
Yeah. If I starched them and pressed them nicely, it would be, but I don't really care because all this is going with it all, and I'm pretty sure it's all going to line up in the end, and if anything, I could fudge it because I'm pretty good at doing that. The ones I made earlier, even.
Carissa says she's been getting bags of scraps together by colors. Maybe I should just send them to you. Tiff would definitely use them, Carissa, I guarantee.
Well, these ones are just after 6 3/8. Almost at 6.5, almost at 6.5. So I mean, it's the same thing earlier. They probably would have came out perfectly 6.5 if I didn't trim all this off of them.
They're all saying you can still eat fried foods. Some say you pay for it later. Some say no problem.
They're
all saying you can.
I already pay for all sorts of things with my stomach, so
yes, you have so many issues already. It's not going to be
I'm
any
gonna
different.
live with it. I've been living with this whole stomach ache this whole time now, and it's so annoying. And the other problems that go with it. And if you have already had your gallbladder removed for this reason, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say that out loud. Because that is no fun. And the belching. I have lots of belching. But it's under control right now. Speaking of under control, you never brought me any juice.
You never told me what kind. I asked you.
That's fine. I need water.
I said, do you want juice? You said yes. I said, what kind? You have 4 different kinds. You never answered.
Oh. Did I trim this already? No, I didn't.
Kim's mom had it done. You can ask Kim about it.
Whoa, don't fall.
Yeah, most of them are saying you just pay for it later. It goes kind of straight through you. Bathroom has to be close by.
Well,
that's kind of the consensus here for most of them. Some are saying no issues. But,
well, I'm used to it with irritable bowel, so I'm good.
That's enough to talk about.
I think I'll be fine. I always am.
Hi, Heather. We have another Australia on here from Tasmania. We got a lot of people on here. We got a lot of UK people. We have in Indonesia.
So amazing that you
Australia.
all are
Yeah,
here with
all
me.
around the world
Hanging
watching us.
out in my quilt room. It's nice to have friends. Even if you guys are all online. It's like you're all right here. Me.
Well, we're not big people persons.
Cheering
If they
me
were all
on.
in town, we'd probably never see them.
Yeah, I don't get out of the house much. I do have to say, for all those that are close to where I live, in the Southern California / Nevada / Phoenix areas and anywhere close to Lake Havasu City, November 5th and 6th is our local quilt show. It's usually pretty big. It's got vendors, over 250 quilts, blah, 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 blah. I need to get my butt in gear because I want to enter quilts. And I already have some that are done, but I want to enter my Cleopatra's fan. And so I really need to get that quilted. So yeah, just letting you know, if you're in the close enough to drive to Lake Havasu and spend a couple days at a hotel here and so on, then you guys can come to the show and you'll be able to see me, because I'm usually down there both days, the whole day. And maybe we can even get Mr. Iron Man to go with me this time, because we are not dragging little kids with us anywhere.
Well, that's the reason I didn't go last time, is I was running the daycare.
Yeah.
We do have
He was here with the kids, so.
We did have a job at the time, honey.
All right. Let's make.
Eric says November 5th and 6th. Noted. Road trip, anyone? Eric's ready to go. Oh, Joy says, thanks so much for the wallet tutorial. Loved it.
All right, I'm going to press these, and then I'm going to put just this set together, and then I'll be done. We'll put the blues together.
Cat says so pretty.
It's kind of easier if I just like finger press these back a little bit while the ironing board is hot, because I'm sweaty being this close to the iron. Super sweaty. I also think with what I'm doing here, I think I'm going to make some flying geese also to go with this whole entire whatever it is I'm making here. I'm going to make some flying geese because I have plenty of little scraps now that I can make some 4 at a time flying geese. That way I have a little bit of everything, and then 2 flying geese together should equal what 2 2-inch blocks together equal. Be like 3.5 inches or something like that.
Debbie wants to know what happened to your iron table.
Oh, it's folded up.
Yeah, nothing happened. Tiff just folded it up.
Before I load the long arm with my client quilts, the big ones at least, I press everything, and some of them are so big that it's hard to press them folded back behind the wall, and then they get re-wrinkled again. So I usually move the ironing board out of the way so that way I can press the quilts nicely before loading them on the long arm. All right, I'm going to trim all the dog ears off and then put 2 more blocks to go. Let's make sure we have enough of these. 1,
Krista
2,
says she's debating
3,
taking her
4,
sewing machine to work on the weekends
5,
and sewing while at
6.
work.
We need to make 2 more.
I told her to get her done.
Make 2 more. Thought I cut enough, but I guess I didn't. All right, there's enough for 2 blocks now. Let's cut all these dog ears off and sew them together. Probably wouldn't have to cut these off if the blocks were very big. These are very small, so I would 100% recommend trimming all dog ears. Even if you are putting the blocks, if you're pressing your seams open, I highly recommend with small blocks to always get rid of any hangovers because they really, really, really mess with the block when you're trying to put it together because they're so small. On really big blocks, I would say don't worry about it because they're big blocks, but these are small. So you definitely need to trim them away.
Got 162 people on.
Wow. Amazing.
Goes up and down. Now it's down to the 150s, but that's, wow. This is the highest I've seen anyway. 162. I don't really watch.
I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. Kind of seems like I'm boring right now because I'm doing this, but since I'm working on this scrap project, I figured this can just be every Sunday unless I decide to do something else until this, whatever it is made for now, because at least I don't have to plan anything. If you guys want to know the truth, I nap on Sundays. Today I didn't because it stormed, but I usually nap from like 1 till like 4:45 right before the video. And there are some days like today that I don't get a nap. So I don't know what it is, but Sunday is the most laziest day for me. And sometimes I don't even want to get out of bed. I'm like, I got to do live stream. And I didn't even plan anything before I went to sleep. So this makes it easier because then I can just open the box and start working. And then it's always something different. So it comes out looking good.
Right. Darlene says, we appreciate you, Tiffany. Enjoy hanging with you.
I enjoy you guys hanging here. All right, so I'm going to lay these out.
Oh, Heather, stop worrying. Heather says she won't be able to donate us any money until she gets new bank cards delivered. Tell her to quit worrying.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Take some time off, Heather, and you and your husband go out to eat or something. Have a meal on us. I've told you that many times. Take a month or so off.
Oh,
Don't
I already
worry.
went that way. That way. That way.
Krista says she gives up part of her nap time to watch her sew Sundays. I'm sorry for that, Carissa. Naps are important around here.
Yeah.
So we understand.
Some days I don't
so I
nap.
Thank you very much for that.
But some days I do, and definitely on Sundays. Some days is always Sunday. I always nap on Sundays. I'm usually napping when Teresa goes live. Sometimes I catch the end of it or I catch it at the beginning, but I always take my nap either way. And today I obviously didn't. But then I couldn't miss a good storm. I can never miss a good monsoon. All right, so these together now.
Brenda says, I'm listening to this while I hand quilt. I love this. Thank you, Brenda.
Awesome. Oops. Okay, wait, that one goes that way. Sometimes I drop my pieces. They're so small. Actually, they're not my smallest, but they're small enough to drop them and go, which way did that supposed to go?
But me off the whole thing. What is this thing doing?
Doesn't like you today.
It's the shift button. Every time I shift to capitalize the letter, it does something.
Come on. Come on. Go, go, go. There we go. All right. A little bit more to go. The iron is going to start beeping soon, too. I could feel it. It's like tempting to hear it. It's like, I'm going to start beeping soon. Right before you get ready to do this. Alright.
Chris asks, have you been able to sew with your daughter lately on her quilt, Tiff?
No, because she lives a town over now, which is, you know, a little bit more than an hour drive because she's kind of out in the boondocks. So next time she comes for a day visit, then we should be able to get some sewing done. But right now, our lovely quilts to each other are sitting in a drawer underneath this desk. Just waiting to get put together. Mine to her is almost done, but I promised her I wouldn't work on it unless we're doing it in the same, you know, working on them together, because that was the whole purpose of those quilts, was mother and daughter. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's on pause. You guys all have grown kids too, those of you that do, so you know it's hard to get them to come around, and when they do, they don't want to sit and sew with their mom. And there it went. I knew it. Just tap it because I'm coming to it right now. You don't have to tip it, you just have to touch the handle.
Oh, thank you. I tip it.
Alright, I'm going to press this one on my lap.
How do I get this to come back on?
Press play, the center part of the screen.
Oh. Okay. That was easy.
One down. One more to go in the blue. Isn't that adorable? Let's see if I can't move this whole thing that way. There we go. I'll lay it right there. And put the next one together. And then I only have one more colorway to do. But I'm also going to use up all the other pieces that I have pre-cut already and sewn together to create similar stars to this, but more scrappy. That way they go together with this whole idea that I have going on, just craziness.
I don't know what I did, but do you see how clear it is?
I don't know. Maybe you turned it to 720 or something.
Well, I don't know. Before it was never this clear. Look how clear it is. You can actually see it. First ever our tablet's actually been clear. What do you mean I turned it to 7? I don't understand.
Maybe it hit a setting on there when you went out and came back in. Or pressed unplay. You know what I mean. Whatever the word is I'm looking for.
All I do is hit the shift button. It always screws up every time I hit the shift button to capitalize something. It always stops it from playing or stops this. Doesn't like that.
Okay. Alright, almost done. So, see, I keep all my pieces together. That way they're not moving around. And I don't lose my spot. It's all together. Oh, see what
Oh, Carissa, did I get mine clear and you made yours fuzzy? she says, how does she adjust the revolution? Because hers looks the resolution, yes. Because hers everything looks funny. I don't know how I did it. I did it by accident.
It's the 3 dots. If you're on the video, it's the 3 dots at the top corner of the video. You hit that and you go to the resolution. Oh, did I press these? Oh, okay. I finger pressed them the wrong way. Oh, well.
And if you're on something that doesn't have 3, this thing doesn't have 3 dots.
Hit the video, it does.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You gotta hit the video.
Never mind, you're right, you're right.
Alright. Good to me.
What are you on, Carissa? I'm on a tablet, and I just have to tap the video, and then it highlights them. She can't find her 3 dots either.
Oh, you have to tap the video on your tablet or phone. If you're on a TV, I have no idea. Because I've never actually tried to change the resolution while watching on my TV. But if you're chatting, you're not on a TV. So, unless you're on like an going through an Xbox or something, because then you can use
She's on her phone.
Yeah, so just tap the video, the actual part of the video. Tap the video like onto the side somewhere, and 3 little dots will come up, and there's 2 other options. Just hit those 3. Ow! Hit those 3 dots, and you should be able to change the resolution. Oh, every Sunday. I have to hit my knee. It's not a video unless I hit my knee. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh. These don't look as flat as the other ones. I'm going to iron them a little bit more.
Lisa asks, does anyone have a Star of David block pattern or know where I can order one?
Star of David.
8 inch-ish. She says, I found one with measurements on YouTube.
I don't think I do. Alright.
We order a lot of stuff on eBay.
Yeah, I
There's
ordered
YouTube,
eBay, Amazon. Alright, so here are my blue ones now. Isn't that so cute? So now, what I'm gonna do is like say, let's do, hold on, because there's an uneven amount in here. So we're gonna do 2 blue, hold on, 2 of the pink, watch this, 2 of the green. I'm being creative here.
When he says, "Oh,
And
Tiff, love the blues too."
2 of the dark pink. Now,
Jim says he's cursing for you.
thank you. Because I can't do it while I'm on camera. And trust me, it hurts.
Oh, Carissa figured it out. Okay.
That one there. Oops. And that there. And then I'm going to take a totally different color.
Jim says the blue stars are fabulous.
Watch this. Totally different color. Like that. And then in the middle, let's do 4 patches. Let's go like this. And like that. And like this. Yeah, that way.
Eric likes the multicolor star.
And this way. There we go. So all these are 2 inches, right? So now all I have to do is make multicolored ones too. And I don't just have to use my 4 patches. I also have these double strips that I made last week that I can put on the outsides and make like, let me just move this over because I'm not going to sew it together right now, but if this is pretty much what I'm thinking to do. So that way, excuse my hiccups. I already told you guys what's wrong, so you're going to have to hear all this stuff anyway. So I'd be mixing these blocks with these blocks, creating like straight 2-toned ones, and then the rest are going to be like that, and then like these stars, and then some of them can be like this. Let's do, oops, let's go on that side. So I was thinking all these different ways that I can play with these blocks so they can be very, very different and fun at the same time. Oops, I don't want the same color next to it. That. Like that. And that's the same orange. Let's just put pink and yellow. Whatever. Right there. Oh well, whatever. It's the general idea here. And then I can just stick half square triangles in like this. And look, that's funky, but it's shaped like a churn dash. So you see the white kind of like making its way through. So I just make a ton of different, 4 across and 4 down, 16 patch blocks, and then a bunch with the actual fabric, that whatever I can get from this fabric. And then I have some of it which is selvage to selvage. It's not very wide, but
Sure,
I can take.
Marge wants me to take a block closer. There.
Oh, like the rest of it, I could just make up with the rest of the scraps as I go.
Can you see that okay? That's pretty cool, huh? I like the blue.
Yeah. So that way I could make a whole entire scrap quilt of just 2-inch squares, but the squares are half square triangles, straight blocks, dash blocks, hourglass blocks, 4 patch blocks, and some are star blocks. And I could just create a ton, and they all either are a star or they look like this. And look, I could even take these 4 patches out and put more of these in. I could actually make some longer pieces, and it would be like a churn dash all on its own.
Eric asked, do we know the fabric line at all?
I forgot. Is Bernie's not here?
Well, he's saying
Hold
the
on,
blue.
hold
Does
on.
the blue have it on
Big
right there?
Beginning Fabrics Markoviska. I don't know how to say that. Floral Menagerie from In the Beginning Fabrics. Some of these I don't know how to say. Sorry, guys. I'm really sloppy at pronouncing stuff.
There's what's on the blue.
In the Beginning Fabrics. So it's Floral Menagerie from In the Beginning Fabrics.
Oh, here, do you have one that says the whole thing?
Yep. And then this is, let's see if there's a salvage. Yep, Floral Menagerie.
No, the other one just said beginning fabrics. Here's the whole thing.
Yeah, so these are Floral Menagerie. It's all scraps.
Yes, Eric, you spelled it right.
Yeah.
You did better than me. I would have been able to spell that.
So that's what I got, and that's what I'm doing. Isn't that cool though? So I could take some of my leftover strips like this and cut them to 2 inches by 3.5 and insert them in right here, and I could make strange, you know, churn dash blocks, you know, because it would look cool. Or whatever. I could do whatever I want because I could do whatever I want because it's fun. Actually, I could just hook them together in regular squares, you know. So if I like pulled all these out, I could put these in instead.
Oh, I like that. The teal color there. That's a good idea.
Just like this. So then we have a shoe fly block almost. Sort of. But see, I could get creative with all these pieces once they're together. And then all of the bigger pieces that I have chunks of, I just cut 5-inch squares, create these guys, and bam. Look at that. That way I have at least a bunch of these with this fabric mixed in as well. I think it's going to be marvelous. And I'm done with you, Iron, so you can stop beeping at me.
Yes, Gwenny, if you sent us boxes of scraps from Canada, yes, the postage is crazy. Yeah. I understand. Don't worry.
So that is that. This is what I'm making. Just creating whatever out of scraps.
Eric says, oh, I like that. Cheryl says, oh, awesome. Wow, color pop. They're liking it since you changed the teal there.
Yeah. So this is pretty much what I'm going to do with all of these scraps is just make a ton of these kind of blocks, but some will be different and then some will be these. And I think it will be awesome. And then some will also be stars that are, you know, regular, because I do have more white on white as well. You guys can't tell, but I can. It's white with white polka dots. So that way I can make more, you know. But I don't even have to make these with 2. I could sew these together first, make the 4-patch, and then make the outer side pieces. And they wouldn't have to be the 2-inch squares. They would just be a 2-inch by 3.5-inch piece. Right? Hold on, let's look, because I am not good with math in my head. Take away 1/4 inch on each side, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 3/4. What? Then it'd be 3 3/4. Something like that. Because there's a 1/2 inch taken from that, 1/2 inch taken from that. Line that up there. Line that up there. There we go. Wow. Now let's put that on line. 1, 2, 3.
I thought the thought process.
Whatever. I cannot do math. I suck at it. I'm telling you guys, I probably make a big joker out of myself, but I tell you, I suck at math. I can't do it. Can't do it. I cannot put 2 together and then minus a seam, especially if it's like a 1/2 or 1/4 or 3/4 or whatever. I can't do it. Anyway, so this is what I'm making. Obviously, I have a lot more 4 patches to trim. I still have the orange. I still have these guys to trim. I love the Juki, although I need a faster machine because now this is almost getting too slow for me. I need an industrial someday. I haven't found any local to me that are used. I'd rather just buy a used one because it'd be way cheaper, but they're going down in price. I mean, the cheapest brand new industrial I've seen is like $830. So, and that's cheaper than this machine cost. But I don't have no room in here either for an industrial. I mean, I do kind of like at the end of the table, but no, I'll stick with the Juki for now. It's good enough. As long as I keep taking care of it, it should be good for a long, 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 long time. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to put this away with the rest of my macas. And I am going to get off of here and go lay down and watch TV. Maybe I'll work on some of this later. I don't know. We'll see. I had fun, though. They're cute. And at least I got some sewing done today. Instead of not. I did long arm today, though, so I did do that. Anybody have anything before I
Any questions?
get off of here and binge watch crazy? Because that's all I've been doing.
MJ says you do such fun, creative things, Tiffany.
I think
Thank
this
you,
is going to
MJ.
be really cool. As soon as I saw Eric post his video with the block he did, I was like, first off, I'm following along with his 52 weeks. But secondly, I was already making 2-inch pieces, so I figured why not add those with these and create an abundance of happiness, because that's what it looks like. It's just awesome. So, all right, friends. If nobody has anything, I'm going to get off of here and go, like I said, binge watch Grey's Anatomy. So I will see you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like my videos, share with your quilty friends, and I will see you guys next Sunday because my week is full of stuff. So I'll try to get on between then, but we'll see. So bye, everybody.
Week isn't full of anything. The thing's in the way.
Ooh.
Do I take it out of the? I can't hit the button.
Bye.